Hey guys, welcome to the CNB Sports Podcast. We're your hosts. My name is Connor Dowies.
I'm Brad Vaughn, and it has been way too long. We're back today with a very, very, very,
You know who
very
else wears
special
the hoodie a
episode.
lot, Braden? I think
Very special episode today. We're back, episode 8 already, guys. So excited. We decided to take the Thanksgiving week off.
we did.
Figured you guys wouldn't kill us for it. But yeah, we took the week off, and since we've been on here,
Took the week
so
off.
much has happened.
Obviously, family. We know we were back
Hope you
home.
guys enjoyed your Thanksgivings.
Yeah. Hope y'all ate great food. Christmas is coming up, so get ready for that. But we took the week off, spent time with family. We were back home. And then we was also very interested and invested in a certain coaching search that took place, Mr. Braden. And if you notice, we're a little bit more, what's the word we could use?
Well, jovial today.
Yeah, we're a little dippy. Well, you think we're about to get up and start skipping across this room.
So yeah, that's clearly there's something in the air today that we're going to be talking about. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's all we're talking about for the recap. Thanksgiving and Stranger Things happened the past week.
Make sure y'all watch it.
Go watch it. Coming out Christmas new episodes.
So,
Anyways, you want to get
we'll,
ready? Let's
we'll
let's
get right
let's
to
do,
it.
let's cut
We'll
the
start
crap.
from the beginning,
Let's cut the
okay?
crap. Let's get
So,
into it.
that whole week, it was a very good week. We hung out, we
Very
hung
good
out with
week.
some friends, and stuff like that. And then the day before Thanksgiving, we watched all the Stranger Things. The 4 episodes come out.
Yep.
Then Thanksgiving Day. But earlier in the week, Braden, me and you, I remember we were talking. We're like, oh look, the Lane news kind of went not dead, but
Kind of quieted down.
very quiet, which was not honestly a bad thing. It was kind of like a moment to take a breath. I forgot that LSU was even playing. But you still had the Ole Miss fans. They said they were staying, and then Florida fans said, "Oh, he's going to Florida. There's no way he goes to LSU if he leaves." Whatever. LSU didn't have a chance if you asked a lot of them. Well, we finished up. Thursday. We left after Thanksgiving. We heard there was some truth that he possibly LSU got the backing and there was a chance. Me and you didn't believe it. We said, like Braden said in the last episode, you said LSU didn't have the balls to do it. I was kind of with you.
3 for 3.
We didn't think. I mean, let's face it. Did we actually think it would be done? Probably no.
No, we can't. We can't have anything nice.
So
Couldn't have anything nice.
Friday at approximately 11. Ole Miss and Mississippi State played.
Ole Miss dominates them.
Excuse me, sorry about that. They played, and we was expecting right after. We said, okay, there could be some, maybe he announced. And then he says he has to go back home, pray, and make a decision. Whatever. We still were on alert. Nothing much happened the rest of that day, if I'm not mistaken. It was just kind of
That Friday.
It was just a bunch of speculation. It was all here and there.
Yeah.
Well, it did get announced that Friday pretty much that, or later that night, it started coming out that it was a battle between LSU and Ole Miss.
That Florida was out of it.
Because on Saturday morning, Florida was out of it. And Florida done turned their attention to other candidates.
Poverty.
John Summerall and all them. Well,
Billy Napier.
Put it to you this way. Ole Miss fans then started getting a little worried because if he was staying, why didn't he announce it yet? And then, LSU plays a game. Great. They played very competitive and tough game against Oklahoma. Had every chance to win. The offense,
number 8 team in the country.
Should have won, honestly. If the offense played a little bit better defense, spectacular Blake Baker. Then after the game, I was just happy at least it was a competitive game. I was expecting it blown out. We didn't. So I was happy with that. And then it turned directly to Lane Kiffin. He was meeting at the Chancellor's house that night. Chancellor and President's house. And it was taking a while. Me and you both started getting kind of nervous. We're like, okay, what's going on here?
Because we thought it would be in the morning.
But now we're
going into Saturday night.
Now we're going into Saturday night, and it's still nothing. And then he's meeting alone with the athletic director, which was supposed to be at 3 p.m. So we're like, okay, crap. Are they trying to work together or something to get him to stay? That's what me and you both kind of thought. And then it got out pretty much that he may be leaving, but Ole Miss ain't going to let him coach in the bowl game. Me and you both thought, okay, we still don't know. No one. There was no good reports coming out. It wasn't like the main guys were not reporting this. Ross Dellinger, Pete Thamel, none of them were reporting it at this time at night. And then I remember I talked to you. What was that? I talked to you at around 11:30, 11:30ish. Around there. 12:30. I was in the living room. 12:30 to 1, somewhere within that time period. I was in the living room. And me and you were both up. We were going to stay up as late as we could just in case. Good thing we didn't.
Because let's give the context here. We go to bed, or not go to bed. You go into these hours of the night, and we were the last thing we had heard.
A lot of things
is there was going to be a team meeting in the morning.
That's
all we knew.
That's all we heard
going into this.
And we didn't know that maybe something maybe did leak, but you didn't know. A lot of things, they happen during the night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all of a sudden, I'm on my couch or whatever, and I hear ESPN comes on, and I hear Pete Thamel. Well, I don't pay much attention. It was like Lane Kiffin. The recent reports is that Lane Kiffin has let them know that he is more than likely leaving to accept the head coaching job at Louisiana State University. He wants to coach the bowl game, and they're not letting him. And all expectations are that he is headed to Baton Rouge. I was so happy, but once again, it's not. This was a lot better come from Pete Thamel. Sunday morning, we wake up around 9:00. Lane Kiffin himself releases a statement saying, "I have accepted the head coaching job at LSU." The war is over. We have got our guy. We got him.
Do you want to go into talking about Kiffin at LSU, or do you want to get into the trash talking Ole Miss and Florida fans?
No, we'll talk about it.
Because we've got some receipts.
No. We're going to go back to. We'll save the best for last. Right now, let's go into the trash talk.
We've got some receipts.
We heard all season from you, Ole Miss fans,
and Florida.
He's about to read them. Florida too, but I heard more from Ole Miss.
So
how Ole Miss is. Oh, he would never leave Ole Miss. What was it? He would never leave Ole Miss for the ghetto of Baton Rouge and how.
Oh, I've got him. I've got the.
And what was it? Ole Miss is. LSU ain't even that good anymore. Ole Miss is in the playoffs. Yeah, let me tell y'all why y'all are good. Because y'all had them in the first place. Y'all have never been good in y'all's entire program.
He made y'all relevant.
He comes in for 6 years, and y'all have had the best 6 years y'all's program has had. There's not a coincidence. It's because of Lane Kiffin. Let me tell y'all why y'all are mad and all butthurt over it. Because y'all know how good y'all had it. Y'all know how good he was. But guess what? He left y'all. Because he's coming to the more superior program.
You know what Ole Miss is? You know what you call a program like Ole Miss?
It's called poverty.
They're called a stepping stone program. You know what coaches do at a stepping stone program? They use the stepping stone
to move up
to get to a better place.
That's what Lane Kiffin did.
Lane Kiffin used Ole Miss like a stepping stone. What's bad is
he did not have to come to this. I liked Ole Miss. We could have been civil about this, but they got all butthurt over it when we were just stating reality. LSU's a better job. I mean, do we really have to go into the details?
We kept it civil.
Do we really need to go into details on why LSU is a better job?
We got comments on a TikTok wondering, just absolutely chastising us.
Can you tell me when Ole Miss has won a national championship in football? Have they won a national championship in football? What about LSU? 3 since 2000.
Yeah.
The second most, I believe, is Alabama at 6, and then LSU, then Ohio State. And Georgia's up in there too. And they've done it with all different head coaches. And some of the head coaches have been absolute dodos. Besides, Nick Saban, we said this. Lane Kiffin is coming in. We'll get into that more. Tell the receipts, Braden. Take it away.
So we posted a TikTok probably about a month or two ago, I'd say.
Yeah, about a month.
About however long ago, talking about should Lane Kiffin go to Ole Miss. And we received just amounts of stupid comments from Ole Miss fans and Florida fans maybe. And we kept it civil. We responded to them with respect, said nice things to them, kind of talked to them. But we got some pretty not very nice comments from them, I'd say. And, we stayed quiet. We didn't say anything stupid back. But TikTok, the thing is, you can go back to a video and see those comments. With this recent news, we go back to this TikTok video.
Can I say something? It's not just this TikTok video either. It is literally all over social media.
We've sat here for the last month and a half, 2 months, just hearing it from Ole Miss fans, Florida fans, even some big reporters saying how LSU is not the place for Kiffin.
Oh, Paul Feinbaum.
No one's going to go there.
Florida's better and all this.
All this turmoil they have over there. No, why would a coach go there? Just wanted to call some people out. And like he said, this has been everywhere. We just have a very close tie to these because they commented on our video. But let's just go through this. Let's just analyze these remarks. Cutie Kaka wrote on our video, LSU doesn't have an AD. This is before we hired Verge, I believe.
Yeah,
So that's a true statement. Their state governor's trying to get involved. We unfortunately we know that.
he did.
And
But
you have
obviously, it did not hurt that much because this is from Lane Kiffin's mouth today in his press conference that Jeff Landry and him called, and he actually did not. He didn't mind the conversation. Whatever. Sorry to interrupt.
they continued and said, and you have to win a championship within 4 years or you're fired. And this is the part. This part at the end gets me. Really gets me. Is why would anybody want to coach there? And mind you, they spelled there THEIR. Nothing is more enraging than someone using the wrong
Bad
there
grammar.
or the wrong your. It's so wrong. So yeah, they spelled there wrong. They tell us, why would anyone want to coach there? Clearly, Lane wants to.
I can name you about 13 million reasons why. Literally. I don't know. Have you ever heard of a thing called a national championship?
Dre wrote, Ole Miss has just as good a chance to win the Natty this year as anyone else.
Okay.
On today's list of things that
Okay.
will never happen, especially not this year. Someone else wrote, this is D, wrote, why would he leave a beautiful town to go live in the hood without his family? We're starting to get, I mean, that's not just digging at us.
Okay. Oxford, it's a smaller town. It is a beautiful town. I ain't taking nothing away. I've been there. Have you? You never been there, huh?
Mm-mm.
Beautiful town. Went to a Morton Wallen concert there. Beautiful town. The hood of LSU. Like Lane Kiffin's gonna be living in the hood.
Throwing that around too is kind of crazy.
What's and by the way, if anything, Lane Kiffin can go in the hood and get a 5-star. Something that he can't do in the state of Mississippi. Oh, but that leads me to it. Braden, how's the recruiting, at Ole Miss?
Didn't they just lose one today?
Yeah, they've
Like
lost more than
literally
one.
hours before we
Yeah,
did
like they've
this.
lost more than one. It's just so funny. It must be nice, when you can go to a program that fire their head coach and they still have a higher ranked recruiting class than yours. And then you walk into your office and the number one player in the country is waiting for you because guess what? He lives a stone toss away from your office. That's where he goes to school at, a stone toss away. And he's just waiting for you, ready to get to work and build a national championship. Number one player in the country. That's why that's why he left. And you know what's bad is Lamar Brown, that's his name, number one player. He literally, when I say they walked outside on the balcony, you can see the video. He starts pointing. He's pointing at his school where he goes to school at. That that just shows you the talent you can get at LSU that you can't get at Ole Miss. If you do, point them out to me. I don't know where they're at.
Lane
You
Kiffin's
have
probably
here,
going to get them if
and
you do.
if you do, and when they do have a high ranked prospect, they usually leave.
So yeah, maybe don't go around classifying the entirety of
The
Baton
hood
Rouge
as a
as the
hood.
hood. It's not very respectful.
I
But
would say obviously you made the murder capital, whatever. There's murders everywhere.
what we're saying is clearly Lane Kiffin doesn't mind Baton Rouge.
No, he cares about winning. I don't
He
think he's
literally
worried.
said he drove through Baton Rouge and he called Ed Ogeron and said, "I want to talk like you whenever I drive in this place."
Yeah, because another thing, what he say? What'd you say? Without his family,
Without his family. Yeah, he's going without his family.
he's gonna go without his family.
Yeah.
And by the way, hasn't his daughter been living in Baton Rouge with her boyfriend?
He's been doing something in Baton Rouge.
Sure, there every weekend. And
Whit's
every
been doing
time there's a
something
home
in
game,
Baton Rouge.
yeah, he's gonna move to Baton Rouge without his family. He's just gonna leave them in Oxford, the place he left after they're sending him death threats. He's just gonna leave his family there. Okay. I think she meant to say that Oxford is just a way better living situation, but
Who
whatever.
knows?
Who knows?
And then we had another person, this one of my favorites, wrote, "No, not no, Lane stays at Ole Miss." So horrific grammar in the first place. You're also wrong.
Yeah.
That's just a stupid comment.
Just
I don't
100%
get
no on the
people
meter
just get
detector.
on TikTok and will comment stuff and just not even like check it, I guess. No, not no, Lane stays at Ole Miss.
I mean, he makes a statement, but he didn't explain why. And even if he did, it
nothing
would still
to
be
that.
wrong.
I just thought that was funny. He starts it off with no, not no.
No, not no. Okay.
It's a good way to make your point, I guess. And then we're getting to the better ones now. We got This person named Missy, I think this was like a middle-aged white woman, said Lane will stay where he is, and he would be dumb to leave. LSU will hire some coach like BK who doesn't understand the culture, the SEC, or Louisiana. The circus clowns run the show. Did we hire someone who understands the SEC?
Well, so I'm
Did
assuming
we?
she's saying that we didn't have a chance to hire,
Did
that
we
we were
hire
going to hire
BK?
someone else. Well, last I checked, Braden, let's see, Lane Kiffin was a head coach at Tennessee. He then was the offensive coordinator, won a national championship, maybe two. I'm not. It's kind of blurred. He's been the offensive coordinator at Alabama. He then was the head coach at Ole Miss for the past 6 years. That kind of sounds like someone who knows the SEC to me. What else did she say? I'm trying
We'll
to
hire
break.
some coach like BK.
Well, if that's the case, you then we're calling your head coach at the time BK. Because
I don't
guess
think we
what?
hired someone like BK.
I think it's exact opposite
I
of
think we
BK.
hired the best offensive coach in the country, actually.
We hired the best offensive coach in the country, and we hired the best available coach in the country. And most importantly, we hired y'all's head coach, which happened to be obviously pretty upsetting to y'all because y'all are pretty upset about
Took
it.
y'all's coach before y'all go into y'all's first college football playoff game
That's a
ever.
whole nother situation.
ever.
I get y'all are mad at him, and look, I understand. I'd be mad too if LSU's coach left for the playoffs. But I don't really think that's a Lane issue. Nick Saban said it best. I think it's a NCAA issue. He can't help. And another fact, y'all's athletic director told him no. You can't coach.
Just
Which
don't be a stepping stone program.
I see where their athletic director's coming from.
Oh no, you don't want him coaching.
You don't want him coaching,
because
but you can't say, "Oh, Lane, he left the team." No, Lane took another job because the job he took is better. It just so happened y'all had a good year, and y'all's athletic director told him no, and he wanted to. So it ain't on Lane, okay? If you get mad at him for taking another job, whatever, but he took a better job. He wanted to coach y'all. There's no denying that.
So yeah, another stupid comment. And then this is the last one. I thought this was a pretty good one too. J Love 25. He wrote, "You must not know ball. I do believe he is blowing it out the water right now at Ole Miss on the verge of a national championship that he
Yeah, he is. That's why.
Period. LS who is so freaking ghetto and crime ridden. There we go again, just kind of stereotyping the entire town of Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
There's a shooting every single weekend on campus.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Wow. Police need to step it up, I guess.
Yeah. I know
Excuse
one.
me.
I know one.
As for the swamp, I don't see Lane where that part's irrelevant. The swamp's irrelevant. They got another billion.
They weren't even in it.
They lost before it was even over with. Florida's irrelevant. And then they throw in the stupid hottie toddy, my third. I don't get all that. That's
honestly, Florida got a better head coach than Ole Miss did. They know what's a better because look, Florida didn't get Lane Kiffin, whatever. They said they were all season, or not all season. They said all coaching season, all carousel season. They were getting them. I like John Summerall. I think he's gonna do way better than Billy Napier. I don't know how good he's gonna do, but he will be better than Billy Napier. And I think he's to be a good, decent coach. But like I said, they're not even in this argument.
I mean, it's just
He's blowing out the water at Ole Miss. Yeah, you're correct, and that's why LSU just came and hired him.
when you blow it out the water at a stepping stone,
you leave.
You move up.
You leave.
You move to the greener pasture.
John Summerall, he's blowing it out of the water at Tulane. Moves up
to an elite job.
Ryan Silverfield did good at Memphis. Moves up. Alex Golish, at USF, rebuilds them up. Moves up to Auburn. Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss blows it out of the water for 6 years
Stepping stone program.
Moves up. Look, I did it because y'all are an SEC program and y'all are in the middle of a deep run. My big thing is y'all act like LSU is not a better job than Ole Miss, and that is insane in my opinion. And I think we have facts to back it up.
We have learned Ole Miss fans are unhinged.
Yeah.
You follow a poverty team and get mad whenever the greatest offensive coach in the country right now leaves you for a better job. I mean, like,
okay.
The swagger LSU has to steal your coach right before your first ever playoff game.
Oh, while we're a mess, evidently. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, and
we have no. What did she say?
Crime-ridden.
We're crime-ridden. We're in the ghetto. This ghetto university that has no president.
Why would a coach ever want to go there?
Why would they ever want to come here? Well, your coach did.
So, like we said, Ole Miss fans very unhinged. We've seen this over the last few days.
I
They've
don't know. Maybe I'm looking up the rankings. Maybe he wants to come here because one, he walks in 5-star number one player in the country. Lamar Brown's already here. 5-star number one interior D lineman Richard Anderson's here. Keep in mind, both those boys are from the state of Louisiana. Highly 4-star defense lineman Deuce Gerald here waiting for. All these guys were locked into, never decommitted. By the way, his dad's from Baton Rouge, so Louisiana ties. Trenton Henderson, top edge. Bryson Martinez, a top offensive lineman. Havon Finney Jr., cornerback. Jabari Matt, receiver from 4-star receiver from New Orleans. Kenny Darby, 4-star receiver from Bossier. 4-star safety Aiden Hall from Ednacar. Uh, I don't want to miss anybody because all these players are legit, But we'd be here all day. I'm just trying to name the Louisiana kids.
yeah.
This is the class you're walking into. 4-star safety Dylan Purder. These are the guys you're walking. I can't explain this enough. What usually happens when a coach decommits? Number one, that's just a testimony to Brian Kelly and how bad he was. That's another story for another day. When a coach decommits, Penn State, for example, what do the recruits usually do?
Leave.
They decommit,
Flip.
leave. LSU maybe lost one, and that wasn't even due to this. It was just because he flipped to another school. He's walking in right now, according to On3, to the 11th ranked recruiting class nationally. And you lost your head coach, and we're in a crime-ridden city with no athletic director, and we're so like, what was the word again?
LSU,
LSU,
ghetto, shooting every single
what
weekend.
was the very top one, if you don't mind me saying?
It would be dumb to leave Ole Miss.
The clown. Why would they want to come to a program with the circus clowns on the show?
And let's reaffirm to
I mean, you
people.
probably keep saying, well, you just keep bringing up recruiting. Yeah, well, okay. Recruiting is kind of important because if you don't have the players, you don't win. And we haven't seen what Lane's to be able to do. It's to be really scary when Lane's getting top recruiting classes in the high school ranks and getting the top portal classes. Because he's been relying very hard on. That's another reason why I think he left, too. Lane constantly was year after year having to build through the portal. Because Ole Miss just cannot compete in the high school ranking wise against the other schools. And I thought personally he was doing a good job considering all things in the high school rankings. But now, and he wanted to go somewhere where he could build through the high school rankings as well and have top classes along with the He's still do the transfer portal. He'd be crazy not to. Look at Jay John, what he does, you know. But he wanted somewhere where we could actually get some contributions from the high school ranks. LSU can. He's going to build and you have one of the most talent-rich states out there, per capita. Then he can still go into Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia. You're all right there in the South, but your state is where you have top talent in your state. You don't have to leave. Keep the in-state. If you keep the talent home in-state, you're probably going to have a top 10 class just by keeping all of them in state. And then you go into the portal and you start adding pieces. That's why you leave Ole Miss to come to LSU. You have a better chance at a national championship because of the better recruiting, and you're financially, I think, set up better. And that's not out of my words. That's out of Lane Kiffin's words, out of his mouth. Because he don't take this LSU job if the NIL and the money is not there. That's just the facts.
And I mean, yeah, we read these comments, which are off our video with 40 likes, but we've had to hear it from Ole Miss fans, Florida fans, all the fans of college football for over the last few months about how terrible LSU is, how we're not going to get Lane Kiffin, the job's not good enough, the place isn't good enough, it's just too crazy. We've had to hear that every time you go on Twitter. So, and if you've been watching us, we've been talking about this since episode 1.
Yeah.
So here in episode 8, to just say it
Was Brian Kelly was not fired
no
when we did episode 1, no? Okay.
He to see something that we've been talking about that's kind of turned into the main idea of this podcast, to see it finally pay off in such a way where not only is it a good thing for us, but we are directly just tearing down everything Ole Miss has built. Took their coach, offensive coordinator, oh, y'all's defensive coordinator got promoted. Oh my god, like you know what I mean? Like that's groundbreaking news, ain't it? And just to see it finally pay off in a way that we finally, because if you've been watching, we've discussed a lot of negativity because we've discussed mostly local teams, local Louisiana teams, and just to finally have something big like this go our way, it's awesome. It really is awesome. I'm glad LSU, and I'm glad we finally made the move. And one of the things I was worried about, I was like, okay, what if we don't go all in? Well, according to the reports and the contract size, we went all in
Yeah, we went
and
all in.
more. And I mean, it's just awesome to finally see it pay off for us, especially at the expense of Ole Miss and Florida fans.
And Ole Miss almost kind of like waited too long because they missed out on John Summerall and Alan Stolish. So they had to promote Pete, which I can't speak on it because I don't know how he is. He's never been head coach before.
He's not Lane.
He's
That's
not
all, that's
Lane.
all we know.
He's not Lane. That's all we know because he may end up being. Okay, I seen the report though. You know where I'm going with this, huh? I don't know who the dude's name was. Please never, to the Lord above, say that y'all have the next Kirby Smart. That is insane. You compare him to a 2-time national championship winning coach and also national championship runner up, college football playoff appearance. Just please do not. That is insane.
I mean,
You compare him to the best coach in college football right now, and he hasn't coached a game.
just to see, like, nothing has been made me happier than here lately getting on Twitter
To be
seeing
honest,
just the poverty Ole
I
Miss
did
fans.
not care about Ole Miss one bit in their fans. I didn't even know they had this many fans.
Oh, it's
They do.
crazy.
If all you fans would show up to the game, I mean, that's all Lane was having to bed y'all to go to the games and stuff. Why didn't LSU? You won't have to worry about that. I don't
We
think.
went to the game where LSU played Western
Kentucky,
and that place was still electric
Yeah, we had to do with a
with
dog.
Frank Wilson as
We
our
had to do with a
coach.
dog. Wasn't even a service dog, and he still managed to show up. He was biting people practically, and that guy still showed up.
It's
Enough with the Ole Miss fans. I think we can move on. They're never gonna get over it because I
I
think
mean, it's
you
just
know
happy.
why. Braden, I think you can agree. Why are they so mad right now?
Because they're going to go back to being. Well, they've been poverty, but now they're really back to being poverty.
And I get they say no, we're not. We're mad because we're about to go on a national championship run, and our coach. Yeah, okay, but I think y'all are also mad because y'all realize how good y'all had it and how good y'all about. Another thing y'all should be scared about. I'm not saying he is. Number one, y'all lost y'all's offensive coordinator and stuff too. That's gonna hurt. What about the players y'all possibly could lose? What about T1 Lacey, the running back? Y'all could possibly lose him. I would take him. What
It's
about you,
just,
Braden?
oh my god! And you could take him in the playoffs, technically.
You
I
could
mean,
if you wanted to.
under the rules, yeah.
Lane could be a lot worse. I'm not. I don't know what Lane's doing. He could be doing this. If he did, that's his.
It's rules.
It'd be tampering technically, but Lane could, if he wanted to, he could really do. You would know. He could be like, all right, come on, type thing. I'm sure a couple of them probably would if you'd be surprised.
Yeah,
He could be a lot worse than what I think he is. He
it's
just
just
can you fault a dude who has built the program for 6 years? I ain't gonna say how 6 years, and you build it up. You put your life, your soul into it, whatever. And at the very end, when you finally get a promotion,
that's
they
what
don't
it
let you
is.
finish the job. He's getting a promotion,
That's
guys.
what it is.
He's getting a promotion. It's college football and it means a lot to us. That's why it's hard for him to leave. He just wants to finish the job. Y'all didn't let him. That's not on him. I think y'all have been better suited to make a run in the playoffs if y'all let him. But once again, I don't blame their athletic director Keith Carter because at the end he looks like a pansy if he keeps letting him. If he lets him coach, then he looks like a pansy. Then his fan base will turn on him.
Lets them keep pitching to the coaches that are still
Honestly,
there.
good. I thought the LSU fans are supposed to be. We're not upset that you're not letting him coach. There's one that's going to hurt y'all in the playoffs, and two, he just come to Baton Rouge and get started even faster in full force now.
Yeah.
Am I
It's
lying?
just nothing makes me happier than seeing a
Because
bunch
guess
of
what
Ole
signing
Miss
day
fans
is?
melt down.
It's signing day. Signing day is Wednesday. So now he gets to go focus all of his attention into that instead of game planning like he wanted to do instead. And I'd have been fine if he did that still. I'd have had no complaints just because we got him. And that was his job that he originally had. And that was he signed the contract to do that job and he built it. He deserved that chance. I'd have had no complaints at all if he got that job. Now I'm not complaining at all though that he's coming and gonna getting his stuff ducks in order at LSU. I'm not complaining at all. I'm just super excited. It's a new era of football, moving on from the old mess. It's a new era of football. It's the guy we wanted, Braden. Usually we never get the guy we want. Top offenses are coming. Possibly the chance to keep Blake Baker. He's interviewing for Tulane. Hey, if he gets it, I hope he crushes out of the park. I love Blake Baker, but I'd be lying if I told you I didn't want him back.
Yeah.
But I trust Lane.
You retain Blake
with
and you get Ole Miss.
The offensive staff's already kind of taking shape. But if you keep that defensive staff with this offensive
bring in the Ole Miss offense.
Oh my gosh!
Last
I trust Lane though. Still.
On the Ole Miss, it's just good to see Ole Miss fans just melting down. It's the best.
Oh yeah,
it's
a rival. That rivalry
completely unhinged.
Oh, it's going to be so good. The rivalry
Lane
is now
off the road and his son.
The airport,
flipping him off at the airport, cussing him out in front of kids, calling him a hoe. Now that's the big thing going around. There's so many screenshots. Ole Miss
kind
fans,
of funny to me.
Y'all suck. Y'all are poverty. Y'all are about to be even worse than poverty.
He hates y'all way more than me.
I
he ain't afraid
can't wait
to say
watch y'all next year.
I want to go to that game in Oxford.
Oxford's going to be.
We want to go. We want to be in Oxford next year. We want to be in
atmosphere.
Oxford.
That game's atmosphere is going to be the best one of the year.
Oh, probably it's going to be
30
for 30 ESPN.
10 times what that Tennessee Ole Miss one was.
It'd be pretty bad.
Because I've seen Ole Miss fans there.
Well, another thing with the Tennessee one is, like he said, he waited, what did he say, 10 years? He waited around 10 years, then he went back. So it was kind of like, they settled down a little bit. This ain't even a full year.
Fresh on the mind.
Oh, no, yeah.
I can't
same
wait.
Coaches, same player, Oh, yeah.
Enough on the poverty, Ole Miss fans. You want to talk about realistic expectations, future for LSU?
Yeah,
now?
Okay. So Lane Kiffin, he's the hot name, so everyone thinks, this is championship coach. I know he hasn't won one, but he's a playoff. We'll just say a playoff high top head coach. We're thinking, immediately he's gonna come in. Gotta give him time. He's walking into a good situation, but our offensive line he's got it time to get his coaches in. He's got that time to get some of his guys in, some of his players, and get a chance to pick who he wants, and a chance just to develop the guys. And get his system, because his system is different. It what makes him so good. It's an elite system. Not everyone can play in it though. So he's got to get his guys in, and he's got to get his footprint and mold on the program. Realistically, you got to give him 2 years. I love the baby steps at a time. The first step I want is us competing for the playoffs.
Yeah.
In year 1 or year 2, I would say year 2 or 3, I want to be competing, for a spot in the playoffs. Year 1 is a tough schedule for us first year. Hey, let's go 9-3, get a bowl game, or compete for the playoffs. That's a realistic shot, and it's a very tough schedule too. Then we go from there. I don't know what this hires right now. First, we gotta let them build a staff. Then we can worry about the transfer portal. Don't worry about that right now. We gotta have a staff first. Get your staff, then you can go into hit the portal running. You don't want to hit the portal. You don't want to be focused completely on the portal. Say you're recruiting a cornerback, for example, on the portal, but you didn't get your staff in order. They're gonna be wondering, well, who's my position coach gonna be? Oh, well, we don't know that yet. That way, right now, I'm actually glad. Once again, thank you, Ole Miss. Him coming early now gives him a chance. He now needs to build his staff.
Mm-hmm.
Build, he needs to
has a whole off season.
Yes, he just to have a whole off season, and he just to have a full couple 2 or 3 weeks of nothing but filling out a staff and getting them ready to go. He already had his press conference. He got all that media stuff out of the way. He now can go full running, build a staff, and he now can go straight. After that, he then can go hit the portal running with all of his staff and everything.
Yeah.
And he's already got a head start, within the high school ranks. Huge credit goes out to Frank Wilson. That guy deserves to stay, and we are not. He kept the boat floating, as I say, because it was sinking.
I love his energy.
I love it. We can
Pearl Harbor.
Was it not sinking? The boat was sinking. There was an anchor.
We could have easily just laid down and lost the last few games.
Absolutely. Could have lost to Western Kentucky. We almost did, but we didn't.
But the
Finished what,
guys kept
500
playing with
record?
energy.
About beat
Team
Bama.
kept
About
showing
beat
up.
Oklahoma.
I
It was
mean,
not embarrassing
there
for the
was
most
fight
part.
in that team.
There was fight and it wasn't embarrassing.
In a situation you
He
could have
deserves to
lost
stay.
all of the
He is a
fight.
godfather of Louisiana. I don't know. Lane has every right. I'm not. If we learn anything from BK, we should not be, like saying, "Oh, he has to do this." Let Lane do what he wants. But I want, and I think it'd be wise to keep Frank Wilson on in some capacity.
Yeah.
And I think he will. I think Lane knows. Lane's not an idiot.
If he knows the state of Louisiana and how they feel about LSU and Frank Wilson,
You can ask any. All he has to do is call Nick Saban, Ed Ogeron, and they will tell you how valuable Frank Wilson is to winning at LSU. Because they've recruited with him, and Ed Ogeron's with him. They know. Even called Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly did. That's another thing. Brian Kelly literally did not work. We've talked about this. He did not work, and we were still getting top recruiting classes in. Lane Kiffin, as soon as he got to Baton Rouge, that man went to recruiting. It's a change of energy. It's a top coach. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the offensive side of the ball with Lane. I'm worried about who the defensive hires are.
Yep.
So I'm ready to hear an answer with Blake. Blake's my first option on DC. If you can keep him, keep him. But if not, I understand as he's taking a head coaching job at a top mid major, and that's his alma mater. And he's staying in Louisiana, where his wife's from and he's from. After that, some candidates I would look at to possibly get that defense coordinator's job. I would look at the main one I would circle is DJ Durkin. That's the Auburn defensive coordinator who is now their interim head coach. He was Lane's first defensive coordinator at Ole Miss. He's led a top defense at Auburn this year. He was at Ole Miss with Lane when he first got there. Then he went to A&M. Then he went now at Auburn, and then I think he's even been at Florida. He knows SC real well, and he's a top defensive coordinator, and has experience with Lane. I would look for him, but like I said, me and you both can agree. Let's keep Blake, and let's keep this rolling. Let's keep the energy rolling into next year. I'm excited to see who we had out of the portal, who we flip in high school ranks, who the staff is. I already loved all the staff hires right now. I'm just excited. I'm curious who our quarterback's going to be too, but like I said, I'm not worried about players right now. Let's hire staff.
Lane Kiffin has got a full off season.
That's dangerous and
to
kind of
work
scary
with one of the top jobs
in the
at
country.
one of the best places for college football in the country.
And let's say he goes out. I'm not saying he is, but let's say he goes out and he makes the playoffs and competes really high. That almost was the worst thing that could have happened to Brian Kelly. Do you remember he went out and won the SC West and the SC Championship? We had these, which we should always have high expectations, but the high expectations of a national championship and being at the best should not happen until probably year 2 or 3,
especially in this SEC.
In this SEC. Now, it should happen faster because of the portal and the amount of money we're spending. I'm not saying that. I mean, that's why you come to LSU because of the high expectations, but you still got to be realistic because other programs are still doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Texas is spending at a high rate. Texas A&M spending at a high rate. Alabama, Georgia.
You got those jobs that already have their guy coach.
Georgia, Kirby Smart's been there since 2016.
Yeah.
Alabama, they're still doing Nick Saban's players, and Kalen DeBoer is a good coach. Steve Sarkisian's been there a while. Mike Elko will be in year 3. So these guys have been there. Their staffs, they've already got 2 or 3 recruiting classes. I mean, Kirby Smart's had 9 to 10 years of recruiting classes. Sarkisian, my point is they've all had tons of recruiting classes. They've built their foundation.
Yeah.
Lane has not built his foundation. And when he does, I think it's going to be scary. Will he win a national championship? I don't know. All I know is it'll be fun. And, even with Brian Kelly, we won. He still had a great record. It didn't feel like we won. I was always mad half the time. It was never like.
That's terrible.
Besides 2023 with that offense, and it got ruined because of how bad the defense was. You never just get sit back and just say, this is a complete team, and I'm going to enjoy this just to watch them. And especially when we played a good opponent.
Yeah.
It was like you want to pull your hair out because we always got out-coached and we got beat. Offensively, we're going to be able.
Ole Miss earlier this season.
We should have won that game. We should have beat Vandy. So my point is, offensively, I think we're going to be prepared. We're going to have a game plan, and we're going to be fun. And then if you keep the defense, we know what they've done.
Yeah, I agree.
You lose a lot of talent, but you can reload. And I'm just excited. I'm ready to get this thing started. LSU, I think, is returning to the top. That's one of the top programs in the country. We always have been. I think we always will be. And now we just got the right guy he's leading the Titanic right now. I'm not gonna use the Titanic as a Titanic saint. Ignore that. Sound like an Ole Miss fan. But you do what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
We got a new
it's
captain.
awesome.
There's a new conductor on the train.
We have a reason to be happy.
We do.
We haven't really had that lately.
This has brought me more happiness than just the hiring Lane Kiffin. Did his press conference not today not want you running through a wall?
I mean, it's awesome. Like, we finally, after all the negativity this year with
Braden,
all of our teams, we
we
have
got our
something
guy.
good.
Have we not been wanting Lane Kiffin?
And we stole him from Ole Miss.
We stole. Braden, did I not? You remember? I think me and you text. We were sophomores or fresh. No, we were sophomores. You remember our sophomore year in high school? I texted you. It was Brian Kelly's first year. We ended up beating Lane Kiffin that year, but I was like, man, if we still could have, I still would have picked Lane Kiffin because what he would have done with our web at the time. His neighbors and all. And I said he would have been dangerous. And me, you agreed. You're like, dude, he'd be fun. We were right all them years. But hey,
here we go.
We made up for it. New leadership. We're ready to roll.
Here we go.
It's to be fun.
2026 is going to be
fun. Opening game and it's Clemson at home.
Going to Oxford, going to Tennessee as well. Hosting Bama.
Hosting A&M.
Hosting A&M.
Hosting Texas.
It's going to be a fun year.
Going to Auburn.
He's got his work cut out for him, but
it's
going to be a really fun year.
If we're good,
we're so excited.
Watch out.
Oh, we're going to be insufferable.
We will be.
Can I speak for both of us on that? I mean, I know.
I've talked enough. You take it away. Share your thoughts.
We have been. We've been reasonable on here. That's the thing. We've been reasonable.
We've been calm
in how we talk about other fan bases, other teams.
We respect other fan bases.
Don't let Lane Kiffin and LSU catch fire here, because I promise you this will be the most insufferable podcast that any non-LSU fan has ever watched. Because was Kelly 4 years, a 4-year tenure, 3.5, something like that.
A long 4 years.
After all of that, after all the suffering, after all
I guess not 4. He did a year 4 at least. So I'm gonna say 4.
After all the jabs, the memes at LSU, just all the crap we've had to take in, we finally have a chance to be the top dog.
Thank you, Nick Saban and Pete Carroll, by the way.
Watch out for LSU coming up this season.
And great leadership. Once again, I thought we didn't have, leadership.
Yeah, we don't.
Great leadership in a short amount of time from Wade Roos and Burge Osbury. Yep. Them two, Wade, the president, he just signed off. Manny Sledger. Mainly Verge. Great job, Verge. Great job, the board of supervisors. And hey, it ain't our money, so we don't care. Thank you to the boosters who come out and are now donating, because it meant a lot. Let me read you a report, and no one should be wanting to hear this report. And you can say, oh, well, he's a liar because I don't know about your sources. Well, this is out of Verge Osbury's mouth because they talked to him today. He said, Verge Osbury says that they have been contacted by many people who want to donate that have not donated previously. Also by current donors who wish to up their totals in money. You don't want to hear that. We've also heard the narrative that LSU's broke. Braden, did I not rattle off just a couple, handful of boosters the other night? How many billionaires did I rattle off?
Problem
I don't think money would be a problem.
It's not.
If you have a coach who is willing to go out and communicate and just, Lane Kiffin probably hasn't even talked to these boosters, and they want to already donate more just because of the energy and the vibe that he brings. And wait till he actually starts producing and just to talk to them.
We have finally got the chance to be the top dogs.
Oh.
I mean, you go into the next year with the SEC, and you got your Georgia, your Alabama, your Texas, maybe A&M. LSU's up there right now. Not up there just yet, but when you talk about scariest SEC teams, Lane Kiffin at LSU.
All you don't know is Lane Kiffin led team. He's gonna compete.
Well, even year. Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss is scary. Imagine what you do when you go from Ole Miss, which is poverty.
Every year, Lane, you could almost guarantee these past 3 or 4 years, Lane Kiffin somehow, you didn't want to, I ain't saying he was going to be the top team, you still never want to play him. Because he was always going to finish 9-3, 10-2, or this year 11-1. This year is his best coaching job I think ever. Look at that roster. That is not an 11-1 team. He has Sage Ryan starting that secondary.
Trinidad Chambliss.
A
Come out
D2
of nowhere.
and this is not a knock on him. He is a legit Division I quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
But that just shows you no one was expecting that. And Lane obviously developed and helped him grow. He took these guys and he is 11-1 in the SEC. And that one loss he could have won.
Yeah. And it's not Christmas yet, but it is a Christmas miracle what he's done at Ole Miss. Getting them to the playoff. 11-1 in the SEC.
Absolutely. He's made them a contender. They've never been a contender.
He's a miracle worker in Mississippi right now. Well, not anymore, but
not anymore. Yeah, they want to kill him.
All I know is
me and Braden will be starting Hot Yoda.
We tried to get visors, but news came a little late for us. But yeah, don't worry.
Don't worry. You'll get plenty of us. We'll be doing Hot Yoda. I don't know when. We'll be doing Yoda. Yes, Yoda. What else does Lane Kiffin do? I don't know.
Putting our hands on our hoodies.
Yeah, putting our hands on our hoodies. Doesn't matter.
It's awesome.
Look.
Life is good for LSU fans.
I'm going to be patient with him because I just love him. I'm going to be patient. Let him do his thing. He may leave us like he did Ole Miss. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Hopefully we're not back here in 4 years battling an illegal buyout situation.
That's all I want. If he leaves us, at least we're not paying a buyout. And it's
because right now we're paying 3 head coaches.
Hey. We'll save that other one for another day on the podcast, possibly. That one head coach.
Life is good as an LSU fan right now, and we haven't been able to say that. This is episode 8.
In a while.
This is episode 8, which
have we said it all episodes?
And we've skipped a week, so that's 9 weeks of us talking on here. We cannot say anything very much good. We can't say life is good as LSU fans.
We can't say
now for the first time in this whole podcast life, the short life of this podcast, life is good as an LSU fan.
Amen.
We're excited. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yep.
It's beautiful. What is you can probably attest to this. When Brian Kelly got fired after that Texas A&M game, it felt like the wheels had fallen off, the sky had fallen down.
It had.
Like
it truly had, honestly.
Had gone like there was no hope.
You're correct.
Then the month since we've done that, we've cleaned house with the president and the AD.
By the way, if you keep your athletic director Scott Woodward, you don't get Lane Kiffin. Oh. He said that in an article. I advise y'all to read an article. I think John Talty. I could be butchering his last name. One of a reporter, he put it out. Great article. I mean, he says it himself. It was either him or Ross Nellinger, one of them reports. They said you don't get Lane Kiffin if Scott Woodward's still here. So they made the right move down the verge. Obviously, Lane lost Verge. He said that. What did he say? What I loved. They said, what did Verge tell you that other athletic directors didn't that made you like drawn to LSU? He said, I'll leave you alone and let you coach football. I'll back you up with the financial funding, and I'm going to leave you alone and let you go coach football. I got your back. That's alignment.
We came on here and said that these new leaders, they're going to want to come on here and make a statement.
They did. Congratulations, y'all made a statement. They got their guy. They didn't miss on their first target and had to go get another. They swung for the fences. They hit a grand. It was bases loaded because we desperately needed a major hire.
Yeah, you couldn't have another Brian Kelly situation.
You couldn't, and you couldn't have just a disappointing hire like a no name.
You'd rather not get a something.
But most importantly, it's not. It wasn't. It ain't necessarily even about the no name and all of this. It's about hiring the right guy, and you hired the best available right guy.
The best offensive guy in the country.
Exactly. It was bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. You hit a grand slam. Come up and you hit a grand slam. I applaud Verge Osbury and that whole team. I'm excited. You're excited. We can't wait to see the rest of this week, the rest of Saturday's SEC championship game. Can't wait to see what game day says about it.
I do want to say, I'll make a prediction right here while we're talking about it. We have no clue who Ole Miss is going to draw in the playoffs as we speak, but I can guarantee you they don't win it.
I ain't going to go that far.
I will guarantee it. Ole Miss is terrible. They're not going to win their playoff game. And then y'all are going to be left with y'all's defensive coordinator. Oh, shiver me timbers. They're the Ole Miss defensive coordinator. That's like
That'd be like saying Joe Sloan is now getting promoted to
Yeah,
maybe not that bad. Pete Golden's a good coach and he's a Louisiana guy, so I'm rooting. Once again, they turned this into us being such a hatred. I'm rooting for Pete Golden. I want Pete Golden to do good. I think he's done his done his time. I mean, he's worked his way up from Delta State for crying out loud. Then worked for Nick Saban. Then he went to Ole Miss. His wife's from there. They obviously love Ole Miss. I hope he does great. But quit trying to make it sound like y'all won the coaching series. Like y'all got a bet. They're making it sound like now. Oh, we're better off now with Pete Golden. Like, just be quiet. No, you're not. Okay, Lane Kiffin's way better. Because if he was, y'all would be meeting him at the airport, flipping him off in the cold weather in the middle of nowhere. That's all I gotta say.
Shout out to Marty Smith, by the way.
Marty Smith is a legend. I think that's
Held hostage in Oxford.
I mean, I think that pretty much
yeah,
does it for the episode. We're just pumped up. If you can't tell,
screw you, Ole Miss fans, by the way, and Florida fans.
I mean, I know that maybe y'all was probably wanting other things. We're sorry about that, but this week was all about LSU.
I'm glad we're back.
Huh?
We missed out last week. We're back this week.
We're
I'm
back.
excited
Next
to be back.
week, we'll get into more topics, obviously.
Yeah.
But this year was, this
coming
week
up on
was
Christmas too.
Yeah, this week, all LSU. I think rightfully so, as it should be. Go Tigers! Hey, in the comments, let us know your opinions on the hire. Ole Miss fans, let us know. I don't have anything else to add. Do you have anything
Ole
else
Miss
to add?
is just terrible now.
Besides, all aboard.
And the Lane train is on the move. We're getting started. Like I said, we missed that last week, but we're back this week. Coming up here on the Christmas month of December. If you watched the last podcast, I didn't have very good things to say about Christmas. But anyways, we still love Christmas around here. Great holiday. Cannot wait. We got a lot coming up for you guys. You can expect us to be back on the weekly train. We just took Thanksgiving off, which I think is, respectable. Mm-hmm. If you could see our setup, you would understand, and would probably be impressed that we've made it 8
this
episodes.
Far.
So yeah. But then again, shout out to everybody who's watched. Shout out Marty Smith. Shout out Lane Kiffin. Shout out the terrible Ole Miss fans.
Shout out all LSU fans and just everyone. We love y'all.
Life is good as an LSU
Life is
fan.
good. We don't care. We love everyone because we got Lane Kiffin. You can't hurt us anymore.
We're excited.
Say that. We'll get hurt. We'll lose the Clemson first game. We'll be
come back.
Want to jump off the roof or something
next August or September. But yeah, I mean,
that's all I got.
Hey, check out the social media links. Go click on those. Hopefully, we'll have some more content. Like I said, we took off last week. Kind of took a break from the thing. We're back this week. Hopefully, we'll get some more out for you guys. Ole Miss fans, y'all suck. I'm good.
Y'all have a great week. Enjoy watching the conference championships on Saturday. Let us know who y'all think y'all are going to win and stuff. Have a great weekend. Go Tigers.
Peace out.